Cordova is growing rapidly with several new neighborhoods, including 2,000 new homes that have been built since 2002. We just approved the Rio de Oro, which is about 3,800 acres, 3,800 acres, which equals 12,000 homes. So once we finish our complete build out, we will be the largest city in the Sacramento region. So we'll be bigger than Sacramento, bigger than Elk Grove, bigger than Roseville. And what we have is we have a business positive city, which is our city whole thing was is we're the largest concentration of private sector jobs in the entire region of Northern California. And now since we have that, we're filling in homes for the last 20 years. But we have so much unused land that as we fill in, it will make us the largest city. And so a lot of people are finding that you can find still in Rancho Cordova an affordable home. So all my developers out there, thank you for what you're delivering for us, because we have everything from condos to apartments to senior living with care. So we always find it's one of those places that you can go through every shade of life in Rancho Cordova. In total, we have 6 significant housing projects underway, another 5 in the pipeline. Some pretty cool stuff too. We have they just said that we have the homes that have the attachments for the seniors and your moms to live with you. A bunch of those just got built in Rancho Cordova, which is helping with you can live your whole life in Rancho Cordova and move from home to home, because as people are moving out of the single family large homes and into the more retirement homes, we're having like this big wave of new families coming into Rancho Cordova. This includes single homes, detached homes, apartments, unique single rentals, affordable housing, and senior care. Rancho Cordova is truly has every house for every family. So we're going to do this, and then yeah, this is a great new community just got put in. All right, let's talk about our retail. Rancho Cordova, along with our new housing development, Rancho has 2 brand new shopping centers. One, the Sprouts Market. If you don't know, we're very excited about it. We just got a Sprouts. It had been almost 15 years since we had 2 new grocery stores put in our city. So we have now a Raley's and a Sprouts, which we're very excited about. With the Sprouts, if you guys don't know this, we have Handel's ice cream coming, and which basically almost stopped our city, is a Dutch Bros showed up. So now you can get your sugar and your coffee all at the same time. The most unique thing we have really is this place called the KP Market. If you're used to it, it's like a Chinatown Asian market, but they decided to keep expanding on that. So next to it, we have a karaoke bar. Next to that, we have a mochi donut, which is the cool rice donuts. And basically it gives this whole feel in this community as it's starting to build up, and he keeps adding crazy things to it. Like in this shopping center, we actually have concert level orchestra come and play. Also in this, he'll rent out like a whole theme for like snow skiing or have Santa there. And so it's become more than just a grocery store. It's literally one of our unique facilities that comes in Rancho. In addition, Rancho Cordova is making great progress in developing civic amenities. We have the Mills Crossing Station. It's a 10-acre partnership that's going to have housing, affordable housing, condos, and as you developers know, we're making sure that we have leave the space active the whole time. So it'll give us the largest amenities probably in the region. We'll have 200,000 square feet of office, movable space that's for anything or any events. But the way we're going to try to make it so it doesn't kill is we're going to make it's right next to light rail, and we're basically building houses on it around it so that the space stays active the whole time. Because what I've been heard is that if you don't do that, spaces die. But this way, the spaces will always be active because there'll always be someone in there. And it's also right next door to our college. All of this construction requires infrastructure to support it. The city has an amazing public works. If you guys don't know this, this is our new facility that we're building that I was just talking about. It's got the coolest part about it, and I'll give you the inside scoop, is right here. I'm putting a basketball court, and the river is right here. So you'll be able to play basketball and see the river. Also, we're also getting ready to also put a restaurant here on top to allow you to eat and see the river that runs through the city. This guy right here. Um, we also Rancho Cordova is home to the one of the few fiber cities in the region. We had someone that was willing to invest $65 million of infrastructure into the city of Rancho Cordova for free. So as you know, we tricked them. I meant we encouraged them to build us all fiber. So our entire city will be on the gig network, which allows us, if they ever approve cars being able to drive on their own, this will allow our city to be ready for that. Our city public works team is diligently with various street habilitations. So my council member will appreciate this. Our street roads in the next 2 years will be at no less than 85%, the entire road. So you go from 100, the lowest our street or road conditions will ever get, and that's the thickness of the road and how bad it is. Like 0 is a dirt road, 100 is all the way up. We will have nothing because our citizens have passed taxes and stuff, and we're very frugal. We'll be no less than 85 through the entire city for probably the rest of my life. So it's very encouraging to actually get to that part. Another major project is our Zinfandel bicycle pedestrian overcross. So this is cool. So I've been trying to talk them into putting my name on it, but they keep saying no. But that being said, this bridge right here will be a walking bridge, which we feel that if we can connect the two sides of our city, because right now you have to go on like the freeway on like this death trap to try to go on the overpass. This will allow our citizens to actually ride and bike their way between the two sides of Rancho, which is going to connect two shopping centers and the people with all the shopping, because now you can walk across to that area. So very exciting place in these improvements that we're actually doing in the city. All the amazing housing options and improvement projects in Rancho Cordova is not the only make this a great place to live. It's also where you go to work. So Rancho Cordova, if you didn't know this, has tons of opportunities of jobs. So for every one person that lives in the city of Rancho Cordova, we have 6 potential jobs. They're not all filled by Rancho Cordovans. I wish they were. We just don't have the housing yet. Working on that. But we have tons of different places that have been working to try to get them businesses into Rancho Cordova. Some of our biggest coups right now, besides having, of course, our tri-tools, our schnitzels, we were able to get UC Davis's IT department to move into Rancho Cordova, which is probably another 1,000 jobs. We also got Solidyne, which is the big RAM company, the number 2 in the world. We were able to take them out of Folsom, and they closed down their offices all over the Bay Area, and now they've all moved into Rancho Cordova, mostly because this is the place you can go to work, live, and play. So very exciting. I mean, like that's 5,500 jobs with developing out our business parks. My council member probably knows the same way as we've decided that the business parks are great, but as we get longer, business parks start to clean out, we have to do stuff with them. And we're finding not only business to go in there, but we're also seeing how we can convert those into housing to accommodate kind of this work where you live feel. So it's another housing product. I'll say, now I've told you about the housing, why this is where you want to move your business. You guys know that you're not going to Roseville anymore. You're going to Rancho. Let's be clear. That'd be insulting. What's a great place about Rancho Cordova? It's an amazing place to learn. We're a very strong blue collar city. Rancho Cordova is the home of high quality education for school districts. We have 15 higher education and trade schools. So we're a blue collar city. So we believe that coming out of high school or college, you need to get a job. So we may kind of put it on our backs to help that. Rancho Cordova was the first city to give away free junior college. So we pay anyone in Rancho Cordova wants to go to junior college, we give it to you for free. We also, after thankfully a lot of the trades moved into our city, if anyone wants to go to trade school, we will pick it up and pay for them, because we realize that if we can educate and get our citizens jobs, they're more likely to be more successful in their lives. and therefore give us more tax revenues. No, that's not what I meant. What I meant was help them to really live the good life that they want. Our city has a workforce development and free education programs. The city also offers construction pre apprenticeships with all the California trades. Another unique thing that Rancho Cordova does, which probably isn't set for the urban market, is we bought all the land right next to the American River, and we gave it to a nonprofit, and we called it Soil Born Farms. So we actually have 55 acres that we take our kids that are less rural, more urban kids, and let them learn how to farm, and hopes that maybe some of them might want to go into that trade because that trade has all the money. So we do tree plantings, we teach them how to do harvesting, and really make Rancho Cordova this exciting place, because now you're saying not only can you do the trades and learn the technical skills, we also are trying to build like farmers of the next nation. Interesting part is Rancho Cordova is the home to the guys that started black farming, which is a bunch of African-American men that are now starting back up to try to set up farms all over the nation, coming out of our VA hospital. If you guys don't know this about Rancho Cordova, which is a very unique thing, and I always like to talk about it, Rancho Cordova happens to be the only place that the VA hospital is next to VA housing. So we actually tilted up housing on our own dime because that's the soul of our city. So I say every city you have has some stuff that citizens will never argue about and always want to encourage. Our soul is in veterans. We will bend over backwards to set up veteran anything that has to do with that because of our long history of having the Air Force Base. We're the only city, even though the hospital technically isn't in the city of Rancho Cordova, we still paid to set up veteran homeless housing because we want to take care of them and see how we can do that. That's one of those things. You gave the ultimate cost for us, so Rancho Cordova steps up and wants to be that home for you. So, play. So I want to talk a little bit about playing in Rancho Cordova. So Rancho Cordova happens to be one of the few areas in the city that, because we patched the Measure H and Measure R, we invest a lot in making sure that Rancho Cordova is this fun, exciting environment. One of the amazing assets the city has is 6 miles on the American River. We make a priority to have free events every year. So if you are to build in our city, we have over 100 free events that attract people to our city. Kids Day in the Park, International Fest. We do this 2-day 4th of July. Okay, so because the Measure H allows us to basically written in it is to go have fun. So we try to find ways to make it more engaging for our citizens. So we had this fund created called the Measure R, and we give certain amounts to our citizens. We say, if you have a crazy idea, fun idea, bring it to us. The only time we've ever done a miss is we had this kind of electrical light parade that there was this big scary guy. We thought it was going to be Christmassy, but it actually turned out this guy was like, Merry Christmas. It was this big giant electrical thing, and my kids went screaming, and then it was a long talk. But near miss, on the other side, we get like one of the nicest girls softball facilities that we've partnered with the school district. And we can only do that because we have so much discretionary income sitting on the side for literally how do we make a better experience for our city. And we tilted up a nonprofit called the Cordova Community Council that takes the liability of us giving them the money. So we give them the money, and then we're protected, and we have this amazing synergy through the city. I mean, we have 100 events that we are trying to get people to go to and other things that are going on. So this is our amazing river that runs through us. People don't realize we are we're the Pony Express, one of the places Pony Express ran through. And so here we have some of the water and some of the old trails that are still left, and we let our people walk through them. Due to homeless, it's a challenge to make sure, but we pride ourselves in making sure everything's clean, and we keep the parts and pieces to fix your bike like right here along the side. So if something was to break down, you can fix it. This is my favorite event, which is the 4th of July. I told you about that. Here's our River City concert band that plays all the time. We have the Mather Air Show, which you guys haven't been to, is amazing. And then we are fools for alcohol. We have a problem. We have 9 breweries, a distillery, a kombuchery, gross, a meadery, which is honey alcohol, which is delicious. And we have the only distillery that's been built since the 1960s. Um, as I said, Al Capone and us, same thing. We love it here. This is the MAC, which is our, we're big on arts. Yeah. A lot of cities find that arts aren't as important, but we find we put a premium on it. We know that you can take blighted areas, and if you put artists and art in it, it tends to make it a popular space. So as we buy up, help to renovate Folsom Boulevard, we're looking at places that we're even going to renovate the spaces into temporary housing for the artists. So if they're willing to teach our kids and do the art shows, we're willing to give them housing for like a couple years as they start to get their art popular and get really engaged. Because we feel that if we can start to spotlight our arts community, it will help out with the Rancho name as a whole. And that's it. This is the council. We can blot out everybody except for me because that's the most important. No, I'm just joking, but really. Our community is strong, stable, and growing. We know we have challenges, but if you know where Rancho's come in the last 20 years, you can only imagine. Get ready. We have entertainment, after hours entertainment on its way in. We have new restaurants dropping all the time. And if you can put a project in Rancho Cordova, I literally, when I first got here, and the BIA knows because they helped me to get in, it was a terrible experience to build a Rancho. You didn't want to be here. We had fights all the time. There was old legacy anger, which from stuff that I wasn't even born, and they still were mad about. And the minute all this new group, me, Siri, Satosh, and Donald came in, it basically swayed everything to make it a very aggressive, growing, fast-paced, technology-based city. And so if you have a cool idea for development, you have some new development you want to try out, I say bring it to Rancho. We will find a way to work with you. We will find a way to drop your fees. When you're a city that's engaged and have less, that you don't actually need the property taxes, we're the only city in the region that dropped us property tax because we didn't need the money. So we gave it back to our citizens. This is the kind of engagement you'll get with Rancho Cordova. Business friendly, engaging. And if you need help, we are willing to help you. And if you ever find that you are running into a dead bed, reach out to me. I've been part of the BIA. I want more building in my city because that's going to bring us the high schools. That's going to bring us the new grade schools. I mean, when we build this, I think we're full build out is another 200, probably no, 200,000, something around that homes. That's the kind of thing that we want to see in the Rancho Cordova in my lifetime. So anyways, thank you. Do we have any questions?
There is one question that popped up as you were rounding things out there, Garrett. Deborah wants to know where she can find a list of these 100 free events that you mentioned.
Oh, awesome. Go to the Cordova Community Council .com. That's the Cordova Community Council and the website, and it's got all the lists. In fact, hold on, wait for it. There's a chat thing here. Boop, boop, boop. I'm about to pull it up. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Cordova Community.
I don't have you on the share screen anymore, Garrett.
Oh no, I'm just grabbing a link. Hold on one second. And I just pasted it into the chat. So that one's our Cordova Community Council. We have if you're curious about our sports, it's the RCAA, Rancho Cordova Athletic Association. Has everything from swimming to very exciting cricket is our newest sport. I don't have any idea. I think it looks like bowling pins with tennis, but I'm still trying to figure that out. But those are some of the fun sports we're bringing in right now.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Garrett. And, just to sing the praises of the city real quick, in terms of play, I live in downtown Sacramento, and there are times where I load my bicycle up onto my car and I drive to Rancho Cordova so that I can ride the trails out there, just because they are cleaner, more open, really more enjoyable overall. And just the pro-business mentality of the city, the Chamber of Commerce is housed within the city hall. That really shows how strong the relationship is between the city and businesses. And I think says a lot about the success the city's had over the last 20 years since its founding. And congratulations, by the way, on the 20-year anniversary of becoming a city.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. Unless anyone has any more questions, I think that might do it for us.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you having me
Hi,
today.
my name's Monique. I work at a community by Elliott Homes, Rio del Oro, Sutter.
Yep.
And I am just super excited to be a part of Rancho Cordova. I know that we've come so far. And speaking about, the building that's happening on the, 3,000 plus acres, is, nice to be able to show them a map and how things are, going to transform over time. My big question is I'm getting a lot of questions related to homelessness in the area. And I'm just wondering, do we have anything in the works to combat the homelessness in the area?
We actually have quite a few things that we've put together for homeless. So we have the first thing. If you're a veteran and we find out, because we have a homeless hot team that goes around, we happen to be one of the few cities that the homeless population actually is going down. But that's because we'll engage them where they are and try to help them out. So the homeless hot team goes and meets them. If they're a vet, we can house them immediately. That's why we have that that veteran housing. If they're not a vet, then we have what's called a hot team that sits there and goes with them and integrates with our 54 plus churches to try to find the next step of where they're going to go. And then, we enforce the laws here in Rancho Cordova, so certain things aren't allowed. And then we've been really successful about once we identify spots where they're at, finding housing for them and kind of helping them to move to the right spots so that we can really engage them and help them out of the situation.
That's fantastic. The homeowners that are moving into the neighborhood or, prospective homeowners are really concerned about the major parks that are going to come in. We have one of the largest parks planned at about 121 acres for Rio del Oro. The first park is already almost complete. And the biggest concern, I think, right now from homeowners and prospectives are that, what do we do if, homeless start to camp out? And I say, it's kind of one of those things. We're all dealing with it here in California. And so it would just be nice to know that I can have something to speak to related to how Rancho Cordova handles that. So I really appreciate you, diving into that.
Yeah, and tell them if they ever feel that way. I mean, if they call the police and the hot team, they will address it. We don't just let people stay in that, those horrible conditions, because in the end, we're all people trying to help each other out. We got to get those people the help they need to not be that condition. So
that would be just amazing. I think that that's going to go a long way with the homeowners that, there is a plan in place. And so if we ever see it, we definitely have a core group of folks that come out to help the homeless.
Yes. Excellent. Yeah. Thank you.
Excellent. Anyone else? Any final thoughts or questions?
Yes, I have a quick question. As far as this, Monique, again, I apologize. I'm calling from a phone. I'm out of the office today and taking the call from doctor's office. But the Zinfandel Bridge to connect Old Rancho and kind of the newer side, what is the timeline on that?
We should have the final drawings coming back in the next 6 months. And then we already have the money for construction. So it is just how fast we can get the construction done. I don't have an ETA on that. So.
Okay. And is there a map for infrastructure for the approved plans that I can find?
Yes. It's on our city website. We just launched it. It's a brand new one, and it'll show not only what we've approved, but it'll show what's coming.
Awesome. Okay. That's what I need. Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Back to you, Angela. You're muted, Angela.
Thank you. So no other questions? Okay. It was so great to get an update on Rancho Cordova. Thank you so much, Garrett. We appreciate you. We appreciate your enthusiasm. We love interacting with you. You're a great partner to the BIA. Thank you so very much. And Vance, always appreciate you helping to link us up with the legislative folks that you deal with. So thank you for being a great coworker of mine. And then lastly, everyone, I just have to ask your patience with me. I forgot to start the recording button when our sponsor was doing their quick pitch. And so I'm going to ask Tyler if he can say a couple words again before we sign out. So Tyler, if you wouldn't mind, if you could take a couple seconds to just do your sponsorship message.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no problem. So like I said earlier on, we are developer consultants that contract with large scale developers and builders and small scale as well. And we do have a various amount of services on the pre-construction side. We do due diligence, cost estimating, and forward planning, as well as we have a dry utilities company where we can help out on that side of things as well. We have a large construction management team, and we focus on the prevailing wage aspects of offsites construction and construction management, so like the labor compliance aspect and credits and reimbursements. And then we have a HOA and DRE services division who Wendy is on the call. She heads up that division as well, doing the DRE document management, HOA board declarant services, and HOA budgets. And I think that's about it. Yeah, thank you guys very much for having us on, and it was great learning more about Rancho Cordova, and I appreciate you, Councilmember, the insight, because it does look like a great city, and it is definitely in the running for an office space for us for sure. So it's good to learn more about the city.
That's what I like to hear. There we go.
Yeah.
That's the right answer.
Well, you definitely have a direct line to someone that is a mover and shaker within Rancho Cordova in Garrett. So
Yeah, I appreciate it. And Garrett, one thing I forgot to mention is that we do a lot of work for public agencies, and since you guys are sponsoring a lot of your own developments, which is absolutely incredible. Like you're tilting up all the homes or the veteran housing, and that's incredible. And that's kind of the services that we are right up our alley in the terms of like the land improvements. And so maybe we can connect about that at some point too.
Definitely.
Cool.
Especially if you're moving an office in Rancho.
Absolutely.
well, if he's gonna be working in Rancho, he should live in Rancho as well,
And then
right?
it's no brainer. Yeah. Yeah.
If we're
I have a
playing,
house for you if you're going to move. Let's come on down to Rio del Oro.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys very much.
So thank you, everybody. It was a great presentation. Casey just put in a message right there. These kinds of presentations are exciting because we learn a lot of inner workings or things that we don't know about, and it makes us excited. And lots of times, same thing. We want to live there and we want to be a part of it. So thank you very much, Garrett. You are an amazing man. I've been here at the BIA for 21 years. So I've seen that difficult time that you were talking about for development and watching it grow. And today is an exciting time for Rancho. So thank you very much. Thanks again, Vance, for linking us with Garrett. And everybody, thank you for being a member of the North State BIA. Go sell homes so we can build, right? And have a wonderful weekend.